anything, but I rose to the top. Isn't it funny that the is built like a Maserati, yoga folding like origami? What? I walk the walk, I talk the talk, I be saying what I want. When I had no deposit, closet was looking real bare. Now I made a deposit, my closet's looking super rare. Drove it really far. Crazy how did this happen, wishing on a star. It's a celebration, I ain't talking Mardi Gras. With a little patience, you'll be eating Budokan. What you want? What you want? Made some choices for a profit. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin. Just being honest. Never let a manufacture stack like that. And if we getting toxic, tell the boy fall back. If it was back then, I'd be tripping off that. Took a little time just to get me on track. I went from snotty to snobby, got it like.
Some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Arizona Cardinals. The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They fake the handoff, now Murray. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
Now the NFL's leader in rushing touchdowns last year is James Conner. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Apparently this defense has come to play. A sack and a run stuff behind the line on the first 2 plays.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. To throw, it's Murray. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. T.J. Edwards. And they're to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. Ooh, with a juke. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 51 yards on the punt there. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Cardinals, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them. Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 33 yards that time.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
They'll run with Sanders. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Once again with Sanders. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back.
And this time he is in.
Yes.
Miles Sanders, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Coach.
Connor going to get it again on 2nd down. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
Hey.
Shotgun now for Murray. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he'll be out right at the 35. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals 1st down as well. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my...
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on fourth down. Now this is fielded in the end zone. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. They'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down.
Here.
Murray a give. This is Connor. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Cardinals had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Murray now. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Hurts. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 25 yards there on the catch and run. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
It's caught. Smith. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Hurts to his former Alabama teammate Smith for an Eagle first down.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Jalen Hurts hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Zaven Collins there to make the play defensively. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing is Hurts. He's got Sanders on the out route. It's caught. And the Eagles are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Let's go now. Bring it. Go.
Gainwell is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
Gainwell again, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Kenneth Gainwell, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, it's Connor. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Murray and company going for it on 4th. Got him in. It's Brown. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker.
Ready?
Play action. Here's Hurts. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him
touchdown. Dallas Goedert, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Eagles are able to add on to their first half lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray finds his running back, James Conner. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. This will be caught by Brown. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Touchdown, Cardinals! DeAndre Hopkins with career touchdown number 70. And the Cardinals get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Prater for the extra point, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Ready?
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go. Here
The
we go.
Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Here's Hurts to throw.
He's got Watkins on the out route. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
It's a second down run with Sanders, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On first down, Hurts. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins, 35 yards, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Right back to Connor here on first. And he'll get this to the 32. But that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, third quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback. And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. To throw is Murray. And this is Ertz with it, right side. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
They're going for it. It's Murray. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the 4th quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
On 2nd and 9. Hurts. He rifles one that's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick.
And the Cardinals are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. It's still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays. Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Murray. And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Now, look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in the cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
Murray throwing complete there to Hopkins. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I wonder if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
3rd and 2, and here's Murray. Looking for Ertz, but it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay, ready? 18, high here. Ready?
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts.
Shoves him away. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or 2. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts.
Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the Cards are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
And this is going to be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
Escaping the pressure right. A good throw here, finding Pascal. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I want him out. They tend to leave him in.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On the counter now, it's Sanders. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's the veteran Justin Houston who got in there to make the stop. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. They'll go again with Sanders. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Elliott good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things in this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Hopkins. And some space here. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point good by Prater. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Philadelphia, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they drop below 500.